Part of the Arthur Center. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Not a problem. But again, like I say, you're an author, you're an evangelist. You do so much within the community. I wanna start at the beginning. What I guess I wonder what got you started working in ministry. Start off with.
Well, I'm a PK kid, so I've been in ministry my whole life. That's really all I ever knew. Um, my father was a pastor, my mother was an evangelist. So I was raised up in the church, and we had our ups and downs, but uh, it was wonderful. It was great, and I enjoyed my life. Went astray for a little bit, but I came back and started writing, and I just absolutely love it.
I'm about to get into that right now. So in my research, I see that you've written quite a few books, a lot of different books. So explain to me about how did that lead to writing?
Well, actually, when I was in school, I took an interest in writing. And even as a child, I used to have my brothers and sisters entertained by doing little short skits for them, um, just to have that laugh, because back in the time I was growing up, we didn't have the privilege of hanging outside where our friends were able to go outside and play and do all of that kind of. My mom kind of sheltered us. So we made our own entertainment, and that was one of the things that I did, entertaining my sisters and brothers by acting out characters, and and it would make them laugh, and the more they laugh, the more I act out. so to speak. It was nice. It was fun. They loved it, and then suddenly, I started going to school, in high school, in junior high school and high school. I began to write, and I was getting so much attention from my writing and, compliments on it. I was like, you know what? I like doing it, and it was easy, so let me give this a shot and see what I can do and see. I never forget one day I wrote a short story in school, and I didn't do very well in school. I was not good in math. I was not good in history. I wasn't good in that, but I was good when it came down to reading, and when it came down to anything to do with story, telling a story. So I was a good storyteller. And I wrote this a little short story, and my teacher gave me an A+ on it. I was in my glory. I'm like, oh my God, I've never gotten an A+ in anything. I got an A+ in writing that particular story. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember what the story was about, but it was something that she encouraged us to write, just whatever that we had in our mind. And it was supposed to be a fiction, and make it interesting to the audience that we were going to read it to. And I did well. So from that time, I started writing little poems, and anything to do with writing, I started doing. And I loved it.
Beautiful. I like that. So what was your first official project?
My first official project actually was writing plays, because I write plays too. I'm a playwright. The first play that I wrote was the Civil Trial of Jesus. And I did that play and wrote it out. It was hard. It was a little hard because I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I've never been um, taught how to write, you know, a skit out plays where you have the name, the person that what their lines were going to be. But after a while, it just started coming as though I was like being programmed of what to put in the book. I mean, excuse me, not the book, and in the play, and the play turned out absolutely great. And people started calling us to come out in different places to perform, and we did. And it was good. I was proud of my cast. I was proud of myself. You know.
Hmm.
Then I started thinking on a larger scale by writing books and see how I would do that. And it took me. It seemed like forever. Right.
I
You know,
understand.
ever. But I did it. The first book was It's All About Family. And I actually it's a trilogy. So each book, was based on it was like the series of It's All About Family. So that's how I got started.
Okay. And what's the name of the trilogy?
The
Or,
trilogy,
or the
well,
different three books?
yeah, the three books. The first one is It's All About Family, and then the next one it's A New Beginning, and the third one is Under the Shadow of His Wings. No, those were the three books, and then I got some here too. So
Okay.
may as well show you. Here's the new beginning,
Cool.
and actually, I should have had it out before we got onto this interview, but here it
Oh,
is.
that's okay.
Never, right? And here, this is the first one. It's all about family. And then a new beginning, and the other one, which I'm not sure if I have a copy of that, but um, Under the Shadow of His Wings. Those were the three books, and I'm not really good on promoting my books. I don't know why. I just laziness. I don't know what it was, but I wanted it to be out there more than what it is because it's really a good story. It's really based on a Christian family that's going through the challenges that they go through and the faith that brought them together,
Hmm.
caused them to grow, and so it's great.
Let me see what we can do here to write at the office corner,
Okay.
get you to continue to get you out there.
Mhm.
But the thing is, we're still an award-winning writer. So you're out there to somebody. People love you
You
if you're an
think?
award-winning writer. We just have to get you out. So yes.
Yeah, I just got to get out there and I promote myself better than what I have been doing. I'm coming out more. Believe it or not, I'm shy. Believe it or not, I really am shy.
I believe you.
It's not as easy for me as people think that it is because I talk to many women. I talk to a lot of different groups, um, and they think that I don't have a shy bone in my body, but I actually do. I am. Even with this interview right now, I'm sitting back saying, "Oh God, please make this."
Oh, no, you're doing just fine. And, I'll tell you this: we as authors, um, we're very terrible at talking about ourselves. I
Yes.
mean, even me when I promote other authors and I publish other authors, and I still, but when it comes to my books,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's still pretty hard. So
Yes.
believe me, you're not alone on that.
Oh, okay. I thought I was because I'm, I don't know. I don't want to put myself like to be something that I'm not. I consider myself as humble, and I want to be humble because I don't like arrogance and, someone to think there's something that they're not. But I do need to speak more on what I do. It's a gift and it's really a blessing because it brings healing. My book, the books that I've written, is to bring healing physically, mentally, and spiritually. And that's what is my heart because I am an advocate for family. I'm an advocate for family. I've seen families torn apart in such a way that it seems in repair, like it's not repairable. But there is nothing that's impossible. There is nothing too hard for God to do. And bringing family together is what He wants. I think it's something that the enemy, the devil, tried his very best to destroy and dismantle family, but it's always been God's. Um, his purpose for us is to love family, come together as one. And I have been an advocate for family from the very beginning, since forever, since I've been here. That's my um, calling to
Have you,
speak to family.
with your books, have you ever been able to speak to or counsel or minister to families?
Yes, I have. I have. As a matter of fact, I have also a prayer line that I have Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I pray with the women, and most of those women and men that are on that line will reach out to me and going through issues, do different things, because families is always going to be something going on. I love to encourage people. I love to tell people, don't give up. Don't give up on your family. Don't give up, because there's so much going on in the world, and the enemy is out here to destroy, you know, the hatred that he has for family is a reason that he wants to destroy. And it's not really his hatred toward us, it's his hatred toward God. And because of his hatred toward him, he wants to dismantle and destroy everything that God loves. God loves family, and I'm not trying to preach on this line, please don't bring me off. That's my calling, and to minister to family, bring family together, uh, reason together, talk together, and don't allow things to little things to happen to just tear you apart and cause you to have no, family not talking to each other, not being around each other, and all kinds of excuses. And it's just time now to get together. I'm just so many things happening in the world, and I just want to see family come together as one, and not just really family by blood, but family people as a whole.
Let's come together,
Yeah,
period, right?
yeah. That's my thought. To see people come together, do for each other, a community. We need the community to come together. Bring back our children.
Yes.
Bring them back. Bring back the marriages. Bring them back. You know, when it's possible.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's better off just leaving it alone and saying hi from a distance.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's okay. But bringing family back together is very, it's imperative to me. It's imperative because I see what's happening, and instead of fighting together to keep what we have, we're fighting against each other and losing
Mhm.
what's intended for us to have and build as a strong, body. So
So between your book series, between the plays, between ministering, what else? Because I've been doing my research. You do a lot of things. What else do you do besides all that?
well, I'm a mother, and I have a nephew that I'm also took on the responsibility of caring for him, which has been my pleasure. He's grown up to be such a fine young man. Um, I work with Spa Ministry. I'm a devotional writer for them, and we cater to the women. The founder of the women ministry is Pastor Gloria Ingram, and I'm under her covering. She's done a phenomenal job. See, it's easy for me to put somebody else, and here I am what she does, but I'm a part of that ministry, and I love it. I love it. It's great because it's catering to the needs for the women that are having issues in different areas, mental issues, um, dealing with things that they have lost, dealing with things, their past, dealing with their emotions. So we deal with that. Um, and I also like to do, we also have a ministry where we work for the community to give people that don't have, and we bring whatever that we have and can't use and give it to those that don't have. And I love that more than anything in this world. I love that, giving to people, because it's always good to give. It's always good to give. I'm a giver, so I love giving. I love seeing people smile as they get what they need, and that's another thing that I love doing. Um, and we have this like once a month, every third Sunday of the month. We do this at my church, where we give out all kinds of things to the community, and anywhere, just not just in the area where we are, but anybody that needs to just come down to 141 Bower Street in Jersey City, New Jersey, and come and get what you need. We got it. And if we don't have it, we'll find it and get it to you. So,
This is what I'm talking about. You were blessed with a certain amount of skills, writing, ministering, charity, everything. You've been blessed with so many gifts to where even though you're with other people, they need the skills as part of a team.
yeah,
And so without you being part of that team may or may not survive. It just all depends because your blessing give to that team.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And it gives me joy. It gives me joy to be able to help. Before anything, more than even an evangelist, I am a servant. I am a servant. And uh, I look at Christ as the one that taught us how to serve. And if we could be like him when he didn't find it, he didn't take it any other way but doing what he thought was that he was supposed to do, and taking off his cloth and washing the feet of his disciples. And he didn't have to do it, but I believe it was an example for us. And it's, not necessarily washing, stooping down. If it's needed to wash their feet, I don't mind doing that either. But doing what we need to do as servants to be a blessing to one another and to be willing to give our very best. I wouldn't give you anything that I wouldn't take for myself. I just think it's good for us and right for us to be a blessing and a servant, instead of being lording and looking for ourselves, looking to get something all the time, looking out for me. And you know so serving is another thing that I think is important in my life and important in the lives of others as well, to be a servant.
And one other thing, which I do know you realize this, um, you're truly blessed yourself.
Thank
Cause
you.
it actually gives you something that nothing else can give you. It gives you a sense of you're serving, you're actually doing something, you're actually being part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
That's it. That's right. It is, and that is something that I think people overlook, or they tend to forget. You know, um, everybody's looking out for what they can get. Everybody's grabbing from that. Give me, give me, give me. But what about opening up that hand and say, here, I hope this will fit a need, here, whatever that you can do. It doesn't matter what it is. Just be willing and humble enough to be that blessing. Because you never know. You just never, and you never know where you're going to come to. I'm telling you, God has blessed me, and it's not because I was looking for the blessing. It was because I did so much. I was so busy trying to help someone else. I didn't have time to focus on me. But
See?
God, so all that time I was being looked at, and God humbled and blessed me that it would bring me to tears. I'm like, oh my God, Lord, I never expected that. And it was because I wasn't expecting it. Then He chose to bless me, and not just me. I have plenty of people around me that can give you the same testimony. Because they weren't looking for anything. God poured out His blessing upon them. you know, and I'm blessed. We're blessed. You're blessed
I
because
am.
everything that you're doing, this opportunity alone, and an interview that I never saw coming. I never saw this coming, but here I am being blessed with an opportunity to come and speak freely and speak about what God has done for me, and the writing of these books that's going to take people from one level to the next, with the traumas that's going on, and with the healing that took place, and with family coming together as one. United we stand, divided we fall, but the family was able to come together and be united. And got to get the book and read it. Got to really see it for yourself.
That's
And
not a problem. So where can we obtain the book?
actually, you can get my book on out it from my publishing company, which is um, Outskirts Company, and they have my books there available. And it's actually Outskirts Press. I always forget that press to put in there. You can purchase it from there, or you can go on Amazon. I have it on Amazon. Um, that it is all three books are on Amazon. However, uh, I prefer people go on to Outskirts and get the books.
Yeah, no problem.
Reach out to me. I have a email address that they can reach out to me, and I will send the books to you, as you request it.
That's not a problem. How can we get to know you? Well, yeah, to the point where, let's just say I might need prayer, or just want to reach out to the author and get to know you.
Oh, great! And that you can reach out to me. I have a cell that they can call me on. And okay, great. They can call me at 201-779-1466, or they can email me at roseofsharon2009 at gmail.com. That's ROSEOFSHARON 2009 at gmail.com. And prayer is what I do. You know, I believe in the power of prayer, and I have no objection in praying for anyone. I don't turn down prayer. As a matter of fact, when I get a request, I don't wait till I get online to pray, because, that person needs the prayer right then. So,
Right.
so I pray the minute that I get the request. I pray for them, whatever that need is, and believe God on their behalf. People need help, and some just need someone to be willing to say, I'll stand in the gap with you, I'll stand in the gap for you. And that's what I do. I stand in the gap for people and believe God on their behalf. Talk to them, minister to them, whatever it is, where I can help them. If I can't help them, I know where I can go to get the help from them, and that's the word of God. I believe in.
Yeah, I like that because today we live in a world where you go here, you can't say Jesus. You go here, people are upset with the church. You go here, people aren't understanding that the church is trying to help, but they're letting few bad apples get in
Yeah.
their head. What do we do for this generation that is feeling this way?
It's listen to them, talk to them, give them an opportunity to express how they feel. Listen to them. I always pray before while they're talking, I'm praying and asking God, give me directions, what to say to this individual, because we don't always know what to say. And I don't have the answers to everything. There's some things as just basic things like, how to take care of a certain situation. Now, I don't have the answer to everything, but I can walk you through. We can go through the word and find out together. I can minister to you, and even from my own experience, because we've all been through something. We've all been through something. And I've come from an abusive relationship. I was married and had an abusive husband, and raising my children alone. I was a single mother for a long time. And then God blessed me with someone that was absolutely amazing. And he helped me. And here we have this beautiful family. And we're now walking in the same way, ministering to people and telling them, listen, if we could do it, you could do it too. It wasn't always easy. And don't let people think that you think you're better than them. I think that's one of the mistakes that Christians make. We act as though we're above everyone. We're not. There's only one high person and high being, and that's the Father. And we just need to humble ourselves and be approachable. Some of us are not approachable. People don't want to talk to us because we think we know it all. We don't. And it's okay to say, I don't know it all. But let's figure this out together. Let's find this out together. You know, that's, I believe, is what God wants us to do, and that we should always keep ourselves um, at that place of being approachable, where people can come to us and talk to us. That's what true ministry is, where people can talk and we can listen. We don't cut them across them and tell them no, because your opinion is your opinion. My opinion is my opinion. But we can come together. We can come together. How can two
Yeah.
people except they agree? So we can find a common ground where we can say,
But
know,
this is the whole thing about bringing family together again. That's
yes.
why we allow too many opinions
Mhm.
and other mess to keep us apart when it's really love that kept us together, despite opinions and other stuff.
That's right. That's right. Love is what keeps us together. And you find true love when people are willing to sit down and talk it out. Talk it out. I don't have to agree with what you agree with. You don't have to agree with what I agree with, but we can agree to disagree. You see,
But
that's your opinion. Okay. And this is mine, but we're not going to fight over this because
no,
we have um, that, is our privilege to be able to agree to disagree. So I had this funny thing that happened not too long ago. I was listening to this young lady, and she was having an issue with her family member, and she was saying, I'm just fed up and I'm tired, and they've hurt me so many times. I don't have anything to do with them anymore. So I'm like, well, you need to think about that. You need to think about that because um, love, is unconditional. You don't love because you love because you know that's what you do. You are supposed to love. And forgiving someone doesn't mean that you got to bring them back into your life, but you got to forgive them from your heart and release them. I wrote a devotional it was a few months ago, and it says, apology accepted, access denied. You can't get any more access to my heart. and but I forgive you. I totally forgive you. And would do anything that I can, to help you if it's possible. But I don't have to allow you to come in and make my life chaos. You're not going to do
right.
that. But I forgive you. So she took that, and it worked out well for her. It worked out. It turned out really well when she really got the concept of love also means sometimes you got to cut those ties and let it go and don't allow it to affect you. so that you can be a family that's not getting ready to kill each other, but just accept
Right. Exactly.
it's accepting the faults and just loving them just the same, you know, just loving them.
I like that. So switching gears for a second, do you have any more plays coming up, or anything else you're writing for our books or plays?
Say that again. Repeat
Do you
that.
have any more books or plays coming up, or are you still writing?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have a play coming up February 7th in 2026. It's called Sisters in Pursuit. Actually, this was like one of the second plays that I had written. And it was written years ago, but I'm bringing it back now because there's a lot of people that didn't see it. And so hopefully we'll get a good audience that could come out and really see what uh, the work that God has blessed me to do and how the people that are in it that are performing, they are phenomenal. They have their own ministries and they've been in the ministry for a long time. So they act well, they do well, they bring forth the message that we're trying to bring and make clear to the audience of forgiveness and of love, of family. My great thing, family and bringing them together. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We were supposed to, as a matter of fact, we were supposed to be doing that play today. We came up against some misfortunes that we weren't able to produce it today. So, but February 7th, 2026, we will be having that play.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Any more books? Any more books? Are you writing anything?
yes. Matter of fact, I'm in the process of writing another book right now, and it's a true story of me and of myself and my family, and dealing with I had a mother that was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. As a matter of fact, she passed away during the pandemic, and the struggles that we went through. So, but I tell a little bit about my family in order to be able to understand better of who we are and where we came from, and how we had to deal with her sickness and her illness that devastated most of us, because it was something you don't know how it is until you have to deal with it. Uh, so I wrote that, I'm writing that book, and hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be finished. In 2026 will come in with like a gangbuster, so that everybody can get a chance to enjoy the story of my family, and what we went through, and the pain that we suffered, losing my mom, losing my dad. Um, so that's going to be happening very soon.
Anything going on with your ministry that's coming up soon? Or?
Well, with the play and with the writing of the books, I kind of got my hands full, but and with the prayer line and ministering to the people there, I do expect to be going on YouTube, praying for people, and I want to do it live, but I'm going to start off not being live at the beginning. I'm going to start off going for recording it and then coming on later on live to pray with people. I think people are in desperate need of help and looking for someone that cares. I care. I care. And I want to see people well. I want to see people healed, and I want to see people delivered. So when I get on there, I'm looking forward to see what God has planned for my life and for the lives of the people that He's going to send on the call to pray with and to pray for. And just minister to them the best way that I can.
Awesome, awesome. So now this is where I give my author the final word.
Mhm.
So get like 3 minutes left. You got to give them the final word. You can give shout outs, you can give advice, you can do whatever you want to. The floor is yours.
Okay. Um, I really thank you. I want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I want to be a part of your world where you be able to know that you are thought about. You are, I care about you. I don't have to know you to care because of who lives in me. I care about you. I care about your needs. I care about your thoughts. And if you need help, you don't have to be there struggling alone. There is someone that can identify with your pain. There is someone that can identify with your tears. There is someone out here that wants to let you know that you don't have to do this alone. You are thought about more than you know. God cares about you. I care about you. And I want to be a part of seeing you grow and seeing you healed and delivered. I pray that even now that you would think about those things, and maybe you've made bad choices, maybe you've made some decisions that you shouldn't have made, and it's okay. You can't undo what you've already done, but going forward, you can do better because God wants better for you. You can make changes. Changes is always good. We don't like change, but change is good. Change is good. And I know that you can do it. I don't have to know you personally to know that all things can work out good for you if you apply yourself, if you trust the one that is able to carry you, that is able to keep you, that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think, according to the power that's working in you. Let the power that's in you work for you and not against you. That's it.